Okay, we are making some good pace so far, and I'm trying to stick with it. So, in the last video, we did the measurements on the block and dropped the crankshaft in it. Got everything, you know, as far as the crankshaft's concerned, torqued, and got the DOD holes drilled and tapped and plugged, block painted, and what I did off camera was I got the rods put on the pistons, and we are on our way to getting the rings filed, which is, these flies are crazy. This is insane. On our way to filing the rings, which is like probably right up there with pulling teeth, going to the dentist, you know, that kind of thing. I did borrow this little doodad here, an electric ring filer. So we're gonna see just how many rings I can screw up in a short amount of time. Now, you probably won't see that part because there's gonna be a lot of cuss words and stuff when I do it. So to keep the risk of getting demonetized down, I won't show the cuss words, but let's get started. Well, so much for that plan. I got all the rings filed and even got the pistons put in the bores, got the rod big ends measured and all that good stuff, which they checked out pretty good. But get this, the machine shop lost one of the rings. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It's not just any old ring. So on these pistons, or on this set of rings, I should say, this is a gapless ring, and it might be kind of hard to see in the camera, but there's a step in the bottom of that top ring right there, and it uses another ring, kind of like the oil support ring right there, that little skinny guy. So it goes up underneath the top ring, and you orient the gap of that ring opposite to this side. So I took all my parts to the machine shop, the pistons, rods, all that jazz, and they called me, you know, near the end, and they said they needed the rings and the bearings so they could do the balancing, you know, the assembly. Okay, cool. So I take them a brand new box of rings. Now, these aren't what I started to say earlier. They're not just any rings. They're the Total Seal gapless AVP something blah blah blah. They're like $430 a set, and it was a sealed box. And I start putting the motor together, filing the rings and all that jazz, and I'm short one of those rings. It's not something you can just go down to the store and buy. Summit doesn't, you know, keep them in stock, all that. So the story gets better. I took the liberty of calling Total Seal myself. I actually called the machine shop first, and I said, hey man, is this stuff laying around there by chance, this one ring? Oh no, we get those bags of rings or those bags of parts all the time, or, you know, missing parts. And I'm like, this isn't gonna go anywhere fast. So I just left it at that. Called Total Seal, bought one set of rings for one piston. This was on Thursday. Today is Sunday. This was on Thursday. The guy said, cool, no problem. I'll get them shipped out. And I said, hold up. I said, let's send them overnight. He goes, man, that's going to be expensive. I don't care at this point, you know. So it cost me $156 for one set of rings overnight. Whatever, you know, it is what it is at this point. So I get the tracking number late Thursday, and I'm thinking, all right, these rings are going to be here Friday, day before yesterday. I'll be able to put this together this weekend and be done with it. UPS screwed this one up royally. They sent, from Phoenix, Arizona, they sent the rings to Kentucky, somewhere in Kentucky, I don't remember where. And obviously, they're not going to get here. They didn't get here, or I wouldn't be telling you this. So I called UPS because my first clue was almost immediately there was a what did it say? Delay. There was a little error on the tracking that said delay. So when I called UPS and got somebody on the phone, they said, oh, there's a discrepancy in the weight. And the guy said, is this a big package? And I said, no, it's not a big package. It's 0.6 of a pound. You know, I mean, how big can an envelope of rings be? He goes, oh, I apologize for that. They'll be there. You know, these things happen. I said, I paid $80-something for overnight shipping for the rings. Yeah, well, these things happen. I said, well, UPS needs to refund the money for the shipping. He goes, okay, when the rings get there, or when your package gets there, you call us back, we'll refund the money. I'm going to hold my breath on that. So, there was a whole other bunch of cussing going on in regards to rings, so I'm not done. But we did keep moving. I got a few extra things done, so check this out. I went ahead, I got the oil pump on, got the cam in, cam is degreed, got the timing chain tensioner on it, you know, so all that stuff is ready to go. So all we're waiting for to move forward is one little tiny piston ring to drop the last piston in. And then I can put, you know, of course, put the lifters in and put the head studs in and the heads and oil pan and pickup, and it's ready to go in the car. So that's what we're waiting on. So now let's move forward. We went to the track Friday night. Today's Sunday. We went to the track Friday night with the S550, and we finally got some good passes out of it. And this came as a recommendation from Palm Beach Dyno. They told us to unplug the StabiliTrak wiring harness like we did on the dyno and then make passes like that. And lo and behold, that was the fix that actually made the car shift correctly better. So we're going to roll that video now. We had 3 good passes, and then the 4th pass, it broke. Check it out. Okay, it's probably really windy out here. Well, it is really windy. Probably really noisy, I should say. We got the 2020 back out. Got to try some new stuff. See if we can get this transmission shifting correctly. Don't know if it's going to make much difference, but we will see. $1087, 134 on 6 pounds of boost. That should be about 9 pounds of boost. That's a 1053 at 139.55. All right, 3rd pass, no changes. Still gonna be about 9.5 pounds of boost. Hoping for 1040s this time. He rolled on that last pass. We're trying to get him to hold it still. $1057 at 138.70 to back up that other pass, still with the same, I think 9.5 pounds of boost. Okay, as you can see, if it wasn't for bad luck, I probably wouldn't have any luck at all. The S550 on that last pass broke the CV joint on the inner of the driver's side axle, and they're not stock axles either. We went ahead and put the 2,000 horsepower DSS axles and the one-piece drive shaft and the lockout bushings and all that stuff in there, and it broke in 7 passes. So we have to go back to the drawing board on that one and revisit it, see what we're gonna do. We already got a new converter for the S550, so we're going to go ahead and change the converter and fix the axle all in one shot. And then we'll hit it again and see what happens. So anyways, thanks everybody for stopping by. As usual, I appreciate it. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.